up guys, it's BT here, and this is the review of the Divina EC2-B from ZOWIE. Now with their new Divina line, ZOWIE is trying to bring more awareness around women in esports and trying to get them on a professional stage. So not only does their Divina line have a great message, but they've also added in some new features to this mouse under the table. They were pretty sneaky about it, sneaky ZOWIE, but I found them and I'm gonna be sharing the differences between the old EC2-B and this new Divina EC2-B. So let's start off with the design of this mouse. Now it is now in a powder blue and pink, and I think it looks sexy in any setup. They've also improved on the clicks, in my opinion. They are super crispy now. Let me give you a test of the mouse 1 and 2. Oh yeah, super crispy now. I love it, ZOWIE, I love it. Alright, and also they have changed the side buttons. Now in the past, people have been blasting them for their side buttons being too mushy on the EC2A and 2B. Not anymore, guys. Let's give this a listen. Oh yeah, crispy. These side buttons leave nothing to be desired. They are amazing. So they've also changed the cord to a new rubberized material. I don't know what it is, but it works like a charm on your desk. You get no feedback on the actual mouse if you just have it laying on your mouse pad. There's no resistance or anything like that. They've also done something super simple but genius in that they angled the mouse cord up where the mouse meets the cord. They angled it up so that it won't drag on your mouse pad. Most mice have it just shooting straight out or even downwards, and that causes a lot of drag. So I love that ZOWIE has thought of all these little things for the esports professionals. The scroll wheel is also nice and defined, so when you're clicking through and switching through your weapons, you definitely feel that click to have it register with your mind. Moving on to the mouse feet, they have these two gigantic mouse feet on there. I know on the original EC2-B there were actually 4 small feet. People didn't like it. ZOWIE listened and they came back and they gave us these 2 big mouse feet that just feels like they rubbed a stick of butter on the bottom side of your mouse. It just feels super smooth when you are on your mouse pad. On the bottom they have a DPI switch where you can change the DPI from 400 to 800 to 1600 and 3200, and also on the other side they have another button that they added in this year, and that has 1000 polling rate, 500 polling rate, and 125 hertz for polling rate. So really cool that they put everything onto the mouse. You don't have to have software to use a ZOWIE mouse, and that is one thing that they've always strived for, is just plug and play for the esports professionals. So if you're going to take this to LAN, you're going to be plugging it into like a different computer or something like that, not your own personal computer. You don't have to have that software loaded. You can just actually have the settings on the mouse. You can configure it right then and there and be ready to go for your match. So let's just get this out of the way right now. ZOWIE is the king of shapes. This mouse is the most comfortable mouse on the market, period. I don't know what kind of hand model they're using or where they got this technology or where they thought of this design, but it is perfect. You can lay your hand on this thing and just get right to gaming. It's super natural. I don't know what they've done, but they've nailed it and they've knocked it out of the park. They've always had the best shapes. No matter what mouse they have, you can find the perfect shape for you. Now this is going to be for right-handed people. It is an ergonomic mouse, and I think with this mouse what they want is for like palm grip and claw grip users because of the maximal contact points on this mouse. You can use it for fingertip grip, and I was using it for a little bit with fingertip grip and it performed just as good. So you can use a bunch of different grips with this mouse and be comfortable. So my hands personally are 19 by 8.5 centimeters. So if you are that size or below, go with the EC2-B. If you are above that, you can go with the EC1-B. So I want to just touch on another point with this mouse and the comfort is that with most mouses, most mouse companies, you kind of have to have an adjustment period with the mouse. It doesn't always fit perfectly, right? There's always some part of your hand that hurts a little bit, or your wrist has a little discomfort, and you know what, you just say, you know what, I'll deal with it. I will get through this. I'll get used to it at some point. Not with the ZOWIE mouse. You put this thing, you put your hand on this mouse, and that's it. There's no getting used to. There's no pain points. There's no nothing. You can game for hours, get up and be like, oh, Did I even game today? So that's one thing that I love about ZOWIE is that they've kept these same amazing shapes over the years. Now this does have a glossy coating, and I was a little bit skeptical of it at first, but after using it for a while, it actually sticks to your hand like glue. Once you get used to it, there's no coating like this on the market currently, at least that I've tried. So ZOWIE also came out with a mouse pad for their Divina series as well, the GSR. Now this is different than the older black GSR. This thing is super silky, smooth, and buttery. This is almost like a speed pad, whereas with the old black GSR, it was a super slow pad. It was really slow, but it was great for sniping. This one is more of a speed pad, so I find that tracking and things like that are super easy with this mouse pad. So I definitely recommend the mouse pad. And also what I love about it is that it has this nice premium rubber base, and when I rolled it out of the box, it actually just rolled flat. And I haven't experienced that with any other mouse pad. With other mouse pads, as you guys know, you have to push down on it or use it for a while to kind of have it lay flat. This one, right out of the box, the rubber that they use just lays flat. That's it. So if you're going to LAN, again, if you want to just bring this to LAN, it's going to lay flat. If you want to roll it up, put it in your backpack with your mouse, and you're good to go. So far so good, right? Everything sounds great, but how does this thing perform in game? Let me tell you guys, whether you're a sniper, projectile, or hit scan, this mouse can do it all, and it does it really well. There's a reason why this is one of the most used esports mouse in forever. This thing is on everybody's desk, and for good reason, because the shape just allows it to disappear and for your mind to have a connection with your mouse. Get that mind to mouse connection is what I like to call it. It's not a scientific thing, but my definition of that is just where the mouse just disappears, because that is what we want at the end of the day. We want our mouse to disappear. We want our keyboard to disappear and just be able to game like we are in the game and have the game envelop us, and to focus on the game, not on the peripherals. We want these peripherals to stay out of the way, okay? And that's what the EC2-B does, and it does it really well. Also, this mouse is rocking a 3360 sensor. It is the top of the line sensor, and it is super snappy. Alright guys, so that is going to do it for this review of the EC2-B. I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. If you have any more comments or questions, let me know down below. This mouse is coming in at $70. I know that's a little bit steep for some people, but in my opinion, it's worth it because it saves your wrist. I mean, wrist health or saving $10. I'll go with some wrist health. And also the mouse pad is coming in at $35, and you know what, it's a premium mouse pad. It stays consistent. What more could you want from a mouse pad? So before I get out of here guys, I just want to send a shout out to ZOWIE and Addis Inc. for sending this out to me for testing. All these opinions have been my own. If I would have to say one negative or con about this, is maybe the color for some people. Maybe it doesn't really fit your color scheme, but this mouse is so good that I think that it's worth it to actually just overlook that. Alright guys, so it has been your boy BT. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.